How's it going, everybody? Feel free to please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Definitely be posting. I have a new movie review for you. That movie review is going to be The Lion King 2019. That's right. The live action, or should I say CG version of The Lion King, updated. Or so what? Like yeah, 7 years later. So yeah, we definitely have the Lion King remake from Disney, directed by Jon Favreau. Uh, I had no idea he directed this, but yeah, Jon Favreau. So if you don't know who Jon Favreau is, uh, he uh, he directed the Iron Man. He I think he directed Iron Man 1. Let me get this right. He did 1 and he did 2, and that was it. And he's happy. I'm not saying he's happy being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His character's name in the Marvel Cinematic Universe out now is Happy. Um, he like helps like recruit the Avengers and stuff like that. So that's Jon Favreau, if you didn't know. And he uh, and he also directed the Jungle Book, which is eventually down the line. I'm gonna watch the Jungle Book too. So this movie stars James Earl Jones as Mufasa, the late James Earl Jones as Mufasa, uh, Donald Glover as Simba, uh, you got Beyonce Knowles Carter as Nala, you have Seth Rogen, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Alfred Woodard, Billy Eichner. So pretty much, so this is live action version of the 1994 animated film, uh, The Lion King. So, uh, just like The Little Mermaid, this is one of my favorites. I love The Lion King. Just some backstory. Again, seen this movie a billion times. Uh, Back in '94, I was what? I was 9 years old. I was 9 years old in '94. Um, so I had music class back then, and one of the things we had to do in music class was we had to memorize, because we had to perform this in our gymnasium in front of the school, and our parents. Okay, so we had to memorize all the songs to The Lion King. We had to memorize all these songs. Uh, so it, I'm letting you know how much stake I have in this movie. How much I know about the Lion King. I have vast knowledge of the Lion King. Um, I know there's like a live play version too. I've never seen it. So I just saw this, the original, and that crappy sequel, Simba's Pride. That thing was terrible. So we do have the new version of the Lion King, and uh, it, it's the Lion King. Yeah, like I feel like if you've seen this, you're extremely young, or you've just been living in a rock your entire time. Because Disney, even before the remake, they re-released this thing in theater like a bunch of times before they even remade it. So Lion King's been promoted everywhere by Disney. Disney's been making money off this franchise for decades. Okay, so I mean, if you haven't heard of it, I don't know what to tell you, but I'll still give the synopsis. So basically, you have uh, Mufasa, who's the king of all the lions, the king of the Pride Land, basically. He's getting up there. He basically took everything from his father, and just like his son is the next in line, who Simba, who's eventually played in here by Donald Glover. Simba, he's the next in line to take the throne. Uh, but Scar, who is Mufasa's brother, who's played by Chiwetel Ejiofor in here. Um, the original was Jeremy Irons, uh, and James Earl Jones played Simba in this one in the original. Uh, Chiwetel Ejiofor, he plays Scar, who didn't get a who basically didn't get a throne because he just wasn't he was smart enough to get to the throne, or he was smart enough, but he just didn't have the he didn't have the physicality as the other like as Mufasa, and he even explains it in here. He's like, yeah, I'm not as strong as you. He's like, I'm not going to challenge you because I can't beat you physically. Uh, he can beat people mentally, but just not physically. So, uh, I'm not gonna ruin it for people who don't know what happens. It's very obvious what happens in here. Uh, I'm just gonna get to the nitty gritty. And what I liked about this movie, uh, I'm gonna be very honest. The list is short of what I liked in here. Um, the voice acting is good. I think the voice acting is good. Alfre Woodard, she plays Simba's mom in here. You got Beyonce. She plays Nala, who is the eventual love interest to Simba in here. Uh, and I don't know. I just have an issue with. I said the movie's beautiful. It looks really good. Now, if I had known this wasn't The Lion King, I'd be a little bit nicer on it. And I know that doesn't sound fair because that is kind of comparing this to the original. And I know I said in my last review I wouldn't do that. Um, but this is The Lion King, right? We have to draw the line kind of somewhere with these movies with The Lion King. Uh, I think the CG is beautiful. So I'll get positives. I think the CG is beautiful. I think the voice acting is good. Uh, yeah, I really think it is. Uh, I think there. So my issue with this movie, um, I think is what I'm saying about a lot of these Disney live action remakes. This is a shot for shot remake, and a lot of your time the shot for shot remake comparison is you take CG animals and you try to make them look like real animals, but then you try to give them like try to give them the emotional expressions and all that stuff like that, and it doesn't work when you make them CG or 3D or realistic or whatever. The problem with is this is the Lion King, so this is throughout the entire film. You literally have nothing to go off of but these CG creatures with realistic reactions and stuff like that. Uh, and this makes a lot of the emotional beats in the movie fall flat. When the emotional beats hit, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything in this movie. Um, really, like it because the like if I were to watch the original Lion King, that would be a classic to me. That would be like one of the most perfect Disney films I've ever seen because it hits the emotional beats harder. Uh, then they don't really do anything too much different from this version because they just basically take it shot for shot. It's like they sat down. Somebody sat down. John Favreau sat down and f- framed the entire film shot for shot basically, and then he basically took it and he put it in 3D or CG, and I just don't feel like it works. Uh, I just feel like if you watch if you watch the original Lion King, it works better because with the animation, you get more of those facial expressions. You get more of those characters that can exaggerate and sort of give you more emotion. where you don't get the emotion out of these characters, and I think that's what falls flat. Honestly, the CG in this movie honestly hurt it really badly. Um, this is just not. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be, and I think one of the big issues of this movie were the musicals. The musicals are kind of bad. Yeah, like I don't want to say they're bad, but they're like the musicals in this movie are just really lackluster. Um, One of my favorite musicals was musical numbers was as a kid was Scars. Be Prepared. Like, I had to go back and watch it on YouTube because I was like, is this movie like shitting me right now? Like, it was. I don't think the musical. I think the musical was better than that. And then I went and watched it on YouTube. It's a 3 minute video, but that musical was amazing. And what they do to Be Prepared in here, they end it like kind of abruptly. I was like, oh, is that it? Oh wow, okay. Well, I was like, I guess it's it. So, um, I thought the voice actors were good in here. Um, I thought the singing was good as well from um Donald Glover. I thought the singing from some actors was a little off, and I want to be honest. I thought Donald Glover was fine because I know he's like a performer himself. Beyonce, she's a performer. Although I will say one thing about Beyonce, I just felt like when she got some singing numbers, I felt like she tried to overpower the song, and it was kind of like just sing the you don't have to put all that oomph into the song. You know what I mean? Like, I know you're Beyonce, but it's like come on, you're trying to Beyonce up way too much. Um, so yeah, I wasn't. I don't think I was a big fan of this one. Like I said, like again, what hurt this movie was the fact that it was trying to be too CG, and it was CG throughout the entire thing. Um, like characters like Rafiki, actually every character, Rafiki. I didn't really care for Timon and Pumbaa, although there was one part I did laugh on with Timon and Pumbaa. Um, is where they're trying to find the distraction for the hyenas. The hyenas. Uh, but I thought that part was kind of funny. Actually, I did laugh on that. Uh, but yeah, this one, I don't know. I wasn't cool. I wasn't crazy about it. It wasn't crazy. Um, I say, and again, maybe it's me because Lion King is one of my favorite Disney films of all time. But this remake was kind of whack. This remake was a little whack. Uh, like it wasn't like the worst thing, but it was a little trash. Uh, Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to. I was really thinking low recommend, like because I already had my rating. Or I wrote my rating down after I watched the movie, and I think the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, this isn't because like a lot of the musical numbers just aren't very good in this. It's not even just Be Prepared by Scar. It was a few of them. I was like, this is kind of trash. That was terrible because it ended abruptly, and it was nowhere near as bombastic and over top as the animated version. And so I said, I wish I had my laptop because for those who haven't seen that version of Be Prepared, it's you'll watch the difference. Like it's just so much better. Um, Be Prepared. Uh, what was it? I Can't Wait to Be King. Uh, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Like it's just that like those musicals, those are like iconic musicals from The Lion King, and they just sort of, it was just like Disney just kind of slapped them together real quick, and it was like, well, this is a cash grab. People go see The Lion King. Anything with The Lion King on it, people go see it. So here you go. But I wasn't feeling it. Yeah, this wasn't very good. So yeah, it's a low recommend for me. The Lion King 2019, low recommend. Uh, so tell me what you thought about it. I know that the movie's like what like I said, the movie's like 7 years old at this point. But tell me if you liked it. Um, so yeah, comment section. Just tell me what you thought about the movie. And as always, I will see you in the next video. You guys take care. Peace.